What is being good at art? Is it being very competent and technical and knowing how to draw things anatomically correct? Is it being incredibly expressive and flamboyant and having great ideas and original execution? Or is it something else? And we're going to find out exactly what that is in today's episode of Blinds by Haze. I think I have this idea of an artist, this mythological idea that I put on a pedestal of a creature, a thing that just knows how to draw and paint any second, and it just flows out of him 24/7 a day with no hesitation. I have this idea that an artist is just that. This complete abundance, this complete abandonment to expression and all these kind of things, and no ego, and just being completely in the moment. But maybe being an artist, even if you're the very greatest of the artists, you may be flooded with self-doubt. I think I just met someone actually. So I just met this incredible photographer that I always put like really on a high level for years. And I just found out, even though there's this incredible level of perfection in his work, and he's older than 60, he's still questioning every step of the way of his creative process. So this assumption that I'm gonna become more confident as I get better is so terribly wrong. I think this is a really important lesson to realize. In the beginning, when you learn any new skill, it's very fun and you learn things so fast, you get so confident at what you do. And then things inevitably slow down. If you really start to master a skill, I think the longer you work on a skill, I think the more years go by that you're working on a skill, whatever skill that may be, the slower the progress becomes. And that might give you the wrong impression that you're not doing good or something. Because like I said, there's this faulty assumption that I'm gonna get more confident as I get better, because really good people are really confident. Sometimes that may be the case, but not necessarily. I think the more you learn, the more you realize how much you still have to learn. The more you learn, the more you get better, the more you realize, well, all the things that I can do in this field. It's overwhelming. Holy hell, like, that's a lot. And then you're like, I don't think I'm that good at all. And that, my friends, is the Dunning-Kruger effect in real life.